Hello recruits, and welcome to your final stage of training and initiation into Boom Tube's Special Operations. My name is Veronica Dager, and I am one of the coordinators of this branch in the company. We know how hard you have worked to get to this point. We know the hours and the training and the time that you have put into this operation. Now, as you are most likely aware, for this stage of your training, you will each be divided into 4 different squadrons, and each squadron will be divided further into units. But for now, let us introduce you to your squadron leaders. Emerald Wilder, Department of Exploration and Topography, personally responsible for the makeup of the company's charted ground and digital maps. Agent Wilder has traveled 116 countries on the grid and voyaged all 7 seas. Wilder spearheaded the design of the famous Boom Tube's tunnels, which brings travelers from location to location as they teleport. Dr. Clementine Hayes, Department of Molecular Technology. This biochemist developed the science that allows travelers to safely teleport. Her serum ensures that all human matter remains intact while experiencing rips in the space continuum. The female Bruce Banner, if you will. Eric and Viola Kensington, Departments of Espionage and Coding. These 2 are English siblings trained as professional spies who were originally recruited to Boom Tube's Special Ops to work as diplomats in the countries our portals transport to, due to their proficiency in multiple languages. However, they also have their own areas of expertise, including physical combat, weapons knowledge, disguise, and encryption. Useful. Your squadron leaders have been brought together specifically to train you in these skills and subject areas. Under the leadership of Agent Wilder, we have Squadron A. Under the leadership of Dr. Hayes, we have Squadron B. Under the leadership of Eric Kensington, we have Squadron C. Under the leadership of Agent Viola Kensington, we have Squadron D. Soon, you will be released to your units to commence training. But first, a message from your leaders.
Recruits, Agent Kensington here. As you know, it is important that you do your absolute best in today's training in the field. Your performance during basic training is always a large part of what determines your rank upon initiation.
However, there's a catch. This week, you want to earn as many points as possible for your squadron as a whole, because by the end of the week, the squadron pulling ahead will be appointed an extremely unique task, and an extremely unique honor.
As you know, Boom Tubes was originally an undercover transportation system to assist the American spies in the First World War. In 1917, a woman by the name of Abigail Hummingbee devised this operation to help them. So she and her team gathered top-secret enemy information to help us win the Great War.
To disguise their transportation routes, Hummingbee and her 4 closest allies hid the whole operation in broad daylight, a travel agency. 105 years ago today, Hummingbee launched the secret spy routes and threw a huge gala in its honor. She was a brave woman.
Over the century, the company continued to grow and transition, eventually becoming the Boom Tubes we all know and love today, the latest version of Hummingbee's design. But that's not our point. Our point is, at Boom Tubes, covert operations run in our blood. That's why this branch of the company exists, and it's why you're here. And so, we're excited to announce that we're on the brink of another great endeavor. And should your squadron win this week, you could be let in on the ground floor.
After your training takes place today, you'll report back here to receive further instructions and insight into our incredible new operation.
So, recruits, Godspeed and good luck.
Your training begins now. Welcome back, recruits. Excellent work today on your training sessions, and congratulations to the leading squadron.
Keep pulling ahead. Remember, the week's winning squadron will be the first to have access to BoomTube's newest special ops assignment, Operation Kairos.
Which we'd like to give you a glimpse of now. It's always helpful to know what you're fighting for, isn't it?
You all know BoomTubes as an agency that transports people from place to place at the speed of light, which is incredible. But what if we could transport people from time to time?
You haven't heard us wrong, recruits. What BoomTube Special Ops has been working on over this past year is time travel. Come with us.
Welcome to Operation Kairos.
This is the time portal. Dr. Hayes is the one who finalized all the technology for it. Half the time, even I don't understand it all.
I'll try to give it to you in layman's terms. This monitor displays the date and the time a traveler wants to be transported to. As this is a prototype, we just have a resting date.
August 21st, 1917. It's the date the company was launched. Happy birthday, BoomTubes.
Precisely. See these wires? They're connected to the tunnels we use for teleportation. Really, they're used for the space rips in time. Continue.
We've been making rips in the spatial continuum for a while now. Charting the tubes was my job upon joining the agency.
So really, adding a fourth dimension wasn't that big a deal.
Give yourself some credit, Hayes. Nobody else could have performed those calculations.
Or modified that serum.
Yes, this is important. Recruits, pay attention. We developed this serum back at the beginning of the teleportation endeavor to protect human beings while making the jump. Naturally, there would be a lot more. Molecular protection needed for jumping through time. That's where this comes in.
It's actually a direct part of the tunnels that carry travelers through space and time. You pour it into the wiring here, and it becomes an external barrier, part of the tunnel walls, which means part of this room.
And then, there's my favorite part, activation.
My brother has always had a thing for giant red buttons.
I won't deny it, but the good news is that can only be activated from the control room and can't be activated here. In fact, it's only a demonstration.
That's right. When we say prototype, it's for good reason. You see, even if we have mastered time travel, we're only certain we can accomplish it in one direction. There is no certainty that we could replicate it on the other end of the dimension. It's a terrifying thought, really.
But therein lies your opportunity. Recruits, prove yourselves in training this week that you could be the first to complete Operation Kairos.
That's right. Recruits, you also have Hayes to thank for the new mobile feature on these body cams. Believe me, it is way easier speaking to all of you through an actual monitor than a couple of centimeters on my wrist.
Yeah, I thought that was helpful too. Although, I'd love if you switched back to the stabilize setting.
Yeah.
Constant motion makes me sort of...
What happened? Oh, did somebody set that off?
What is that?
I don't know. Oh, the sound's gone.
What was that?
Who set that off? Wait,
Where's the alarm?
what are you laughing?
Where did it go?
Where are we?
I'm not. What's happened?
No.
What's happened? Where are we?
When are we?
The time portal was set to August 21st, 1917.
The time portal. 1917? Are you telling me we're 105 years into the past right now?
Precisely.
We are so stupid. Why couldn't the resting date have been a year into the past, or even 5 minutes? What were we thinking?
But that means it worked. The time travel worked.
Eric! You pressed it, didn't you? You wanted to see if it was going to work, and you pressed it, didn't you?
No. I didn't. I couldn't have. Remember, like we said, it's only hooked up in the control room. Nobody could have even done it.
And how did this happen?
The control room. Someone sent us here. Intentionally, from the control room.
Intentionally, who would have done such a thing?
We have no time to think about that right now. We need to get back.
And Hayes, how are we going to do that?
Them.
You mean the monitor? It came with us. It still works.
The body cams are set up to remain with the biometrics of the carrier. They were designed so that external technology wouldn't interfere.
Wow. Hey, recruits. I'm getting a message. Oh.
Agents, you have 3 days before this side of your time portal closes for good. Failure to re-enter your own dimension within that time will result in your remaining in the year 1917 permanently and the destruction of boom tubes as you know it. I'm taking back what's mine.
I'm taking back what's mine? What on earth does that mean?
Guys, I think I do know where we are. The time machine is set to jump through time, not space. So we're still in the boom tubes facility, just the very first version of the building. So we're still in the same location, just 105 years in the past, at the old boom tubes facility. What?
Wait, you're saying that this is Abigail's home?
Yes.
This is where they met. They met in the privacy of her own home when it was first founded. So this is their headquarters. This was their network.
That means she's here. So we need to stop freaking out for a moment and make a plan.
What do you mean by a plan?
I mean, if this is really the night the company is launched, that means Abigail's preparing for the gala. We could pretend we're some of the spies we're supposed to be meeting here.
That's clever. Do you think it will work?
It'll have to.
What are you doing in my house? Abigail, you are Mrs. Hummingby, yes?
I am?
All right. Well, we just came inside because we didn't want to, draw attention standing around at the door. We are 4 of the volunteers you have been in contact with over the past couple of months. We have, enemy information for you that we can give to you, tonight at the launch of the company.
Oh, I see.
Yes. I'm so sorry.
Well, I do have to be sure. How much was the train fare?
I'm sorry?
The train fare was no more than I was willing to pay.
Oh, I see. Welcome. Please sit down. Make yourselves at home.
Oh,
I'm so glad you're
thank you.
here.
Yes, of course.
I see that you're ready for the gala tonight.
The gala! Oh, we're so excited.
Yes. Well, remember that tonight at the gala, you'll be looking for 4 associates who will be working with me. And it was from them you will gather the information for the rendezvous points. So please, make yourselves at home and excuse me as I go get dressed.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Hummingby.
Viola, we do not have time to have dinner and cocktails. We need to figure out a way to recreate time travel through the confines of the 20th century.
But did you hear what Abigail just said? Tonight at the gala, the 4 rendezvous points of the spy network are going to be released through a series of clues. So, they can recreate time travel from the vantage point of the 21st century.
Viola, you're not making any sense.
Actually, I think she is. The rendezvous points that the spy network used are the same locations that we built the rest of the boom tubes facilities on. All of our work, the work that exists in 2022, is located at the places that will be revealed tonight.
Exactly. So, if the recruits can hack the clues and discover where those rendezvous points are, they can bypass the modern-day facilities and feed us all of the information we need to set up another time portal on this side of the 4th dimension.
Well, that's brilliant, but they're not here. They're back in present time. How are they supposed to get information from 105 years ago?
The body cam update. When we put in the mobile monitor feature, we also set up a 3D intercom. In essence, since Viola's body cam is still connected to the recruit's webcam back at the base, they can become holograms on our side of the dimension.
Holograms? You mean like Emperor Palpatine does in Star Wars?
Precisely.
Okay, recruits.
Your training is, over. We need you, for real this time. Tonight, sign into the webcam at exactly 6 o'clock sharp. Dr. Hayes is going to turn on the 3D intercom feature, and we're all essentially going to be together again.
Your job is to pay close attention to everything Hummingbee releases to her spy network tonight. You will need this information in order to bypass our facilities and recreate time travel. Work within your squadrons and things will go 4 times as fast. We're depending on you.
But we believe in you. See you tonight.
Did you sleep?
No. Couldn't turn my mind off, really. Did you?
No. None of us could.
I'm sorry. I'm worried, Eric. It's more than our lives that are at stake here. It's the company and the recruits and their families and the agents and everything that's ever been built, and I don't know how we're going to make this work.
Worrying isn't going to help anything, B. And it's not going to fix what's changed already.
You always have to be sensible about things, don't you?
No. But we do have to have faith. We've been coming up with a plan. And I've talked with Hayes and Wilder, and I think we have one.
All right.
Recruits, we cannot tell you how grateful we are to you. You did excellent work last night.
But you're not done. Now that you have the rendezvous points, it's time to go after the information located there.
Unfortunately, those areas are safeguarded with a series of codes. We set it up that way in order to protect our work, so you essentially have to break into your own headquarters.
But don't worry, we're going to help you. Eric and I are the ones who encrypted each level of security that you're going to have to bypass.
So here's what you'll have to do. You'll start out in your own units, at the locations you received last night. You'll then be sent on separate paths, going after separate pieces of information.
Recruits, because of the message that we received upon arriving here, we're not entirely sure that this frequency is completely safe. Remember, someone sent us here, on purpose, with the intention of sabotaging this entire operation. We're being watched, and most likely by someone from the inside of the company.
So we can't just give you the codes and the locations outright. You're going to have to figure it out for yourselves.
But here's what we've realized. Right now, you and I are actually in the same place, just not at the same time. So, if we, in 1917, were to plant a clue somewhere on our own facility,
it should still be there for you to find come 2022. Because really, it's being placed there at the same moment that you're looking for it, just from the other side of a certain dimension.
Which is really incredible. And so that's what we'll be doing. We're going to be checking back in with you again at this time tomorrow. Hopefully after you've assembled some sort of time portal on your side of the dimension. But we can't continue to use the body cams too frequently from here on out because, like I said, not sure the frequency is safe. Besides, we really didn't want Abigail coming down here and seeing us all talking to a giant floating monitor.
Work quickly, recruits. We only have 1 day left.
They're here! Okay, recruits, listen. On my count, you're going to be pressing the activation button and, God willing, bringing us back to your time. Now listen, you have to double check. The serum is loaded, the wires are hooked up to the walls of the tunnel, and the date and time is set to August 23rd, 2022. We're not making that mistake again. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Agents, we are certainly glad to have you back.
Captain, we wouldn't be back without your help. Thank you, all of you, for your leadership.
And you, recruits, you accomplished what we thought might be impossible. Thank you so much.
I don't think there's any question of you all becoming agents now.
Not one.
Huh. Well, I guess I'll have to agree. I think I can say it, I am impressed. Agents, bring in the suspect. Stand up.
Feeling accomplished, are we?
Almost.
Ron, you have a lot of explaining to do.
Oh yeah? Making us so pathetic.
Believe me, we already do.
Well, you may not realize this, but I'm the last thing to submit about to go hungry.
Well, if we were not feeling super betrayed right now, that'd be a really cool fact.
Right, well that's just it. I've been betrayed by every single one of you since the launch of this operation. Boom tubes, the reason you're here is thanks to my family. And time travel itself, thanks to a little travel agency that was started during the First World War.
Ron, I've been the only one to do things since Italy met him by himself. But the rest of us, we admit that we are a team, and that's what makes history.
So let me get this straight. You were willing to throw all of this away on a show of pride. You risked the company. You risked the recruits' lives in West Florida. You risked us. And you have nothing to say for yourself. I do have things to say for myself. See, you have each other. I only have myself, and I just wanted what was mine. Well, you were wrong. Captain, Agent, what are we to do with her?
I have no idea.
This isn't part of our protocol at all.
Don't think there's been any historical precedent for such an occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take over now. We've got this under control.
Excuse me? Who are you?
Special agents. Unbound Secret Service. Stand down, brother.
Oh.
Seriously?
Veronica Dagger, you have the right to remain silent.
Listen, I know. Wait,
That's not what this is about at all.
Veronica, you broke rule 4.
What on earth is happening?
Who were those guys? Stuck up and egotistical?
Yeah. I sure hope we're just like them in 20 years. Sure, old, lazy, bald.
don't worry, you don't have that kind of genetics.
Well, at any rate, it's not our problem anymore. Recruits, let's go home.